Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, a major bridge collapsed in Baltimore Tuesday morning after it was hit by a container ship. Rescuers calling off the search and presuming 6 people dead. And the fate of the nation's most widely used abortion pill is now in the hands of the Supreme Court, a ruling not expected till this summer. Plus, the University of Houston-Victoria faces challenges within their budget as enrollment declines at the university. Several faculty members losing their job on Tuesday.
And we got lots more nice spring weather coming our way for the rest of this week, with maybe even possibly a couple showers coming our way this afternoon. We'll take a look at that, the weather coming up.
We have some late game heroics in the bi-district round for the West ladies and a West freshman shining on the diamond. I'll have that in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 27th day of March 2024. The time is now 6:31 on our Wednesday morning and it's Scribble Day.
Scribble Day.
Are you a scribbler?
No, I like to stay inside the lines. But I mean, I definitely was a scribbler back then.
I think it was fun to scribble before, right?
You know,
I
feel like scribbling, even nowadays as an adult, gets a lot of emotion out because you can just sit there on your paper and just scribble like crazy until you get all your anger out, you know? Might be a good way to kind of deal with yourself, you know?
Just be easy on your wrist, on your hands.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself, mess with that crown.
Well, Parker, how is it looking out there for us today? Are we going to be scribbling for some rain?
No, I mean, scribbling for some rain, that's a good one, Carolina. We might see a couple showers out there possibly this afternoon, but we'll take a look at that in just a couple more moments. Because right now, if you are tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Victoria. It's actually Eastern Victoria. There's Loop 463 and Houston Highway that goes out to the airport, but it's a little bit chilly out there for all of us this morning. Right now, about 50 degrees here in Victoria, but tad bit humid as well, with the dew point 6 degrees off for your temperature. Got an 80% humidity, and winds are finally calling back down to the single digits, so that's pretty good news. No longer any wind chills. But the good news is for us, we're going to be starting warming up starting tomorrow. We're going to be back in the 80s for your Easter weekend here, looking at your weather headlines. But like I said, maybe a couple isolated showers possible out there this afternoon, but lots of windy days coming our way very soon, several days in a row, that is. As a matter of fact, we'll take a look at that as well in a few moments too. But looking at your future clouds and radar as promised, like I said, maybe later this morning and the next couple hours, actually there already is plenty of clouds out there this morning. Those clouds that are already out there are actually going to stick around on top of us all day today until the late afternoon when the sun finally comes out and maybe we get some nice warm partly cloudy skies later this afternoon. But like I said, maybe right around 1, 2, anytime afternoon, there might be a couple really light, maybe really light and moderate showers that start developing in the afternoon before it starts clearing up by around 5 p.m. just before the evening. But right now, like I said, all of us right around 50 degrees and in the upper 40s. So right along the coast, you are in the mid 50s because you're right next to the water. But with a little bit of cool morning, we do have another cool day today, only getting up to about 71 for your afternoon high today. But we got lots more of that coming our way soon, and we'll take a look at all that and more in just a few moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. A major bridge collapsed in Baltimore Tuesday morning after it was hit by a container ship, sending several vehicles and people plunging into the water below. After hours of rescue efforts, 6 people were presumed dead, with just 1 surviving. The Francis Scott Key Bridge was one of 3 ways to cross the Baltimore Harbor and handled 31,000 cars per day, or 11.3 million vehicles a year. The shipping giant Maersk confirmed in a statement that the Dali ship operated and managed by a company called Synergy Group was chartered to transport its customers' cargo. Later, we'll go to Baltimore for more. Baltimore Police Commissioner Richard Worley says there is no intelligence or any indication that the incident was intentional. The fate of the nation's most widely used abortion pill is now in the hands of the Supreme Court. Justices heard oral arguments Tuesday on the Biden administration's appeal of the lower court rulings that restricted women's access to the pill, including its availability by mail. While the landmark case could restrict access to mifepristone, the High Court, which has a 6-3 conservative majority, appeared likely to reject the challenge, with a number of justices indicating the lawsuit should be dismissed. A decision in the case is expected by early summer. Now to former President Trump enjoying a big day on Wall Street while also facing new restrictions in one of his legal cases.
This morning, ahead of his criminal hush money trial, former President Trump is under a new gag order, prohibited from making public statements about witnesses, court staff, and jurors in the case concerning his alleged payment to porn actress Stormy Daniels.
He's a Democrat judge. He wants to do that because they're all trying to damage Trump as much as possible.
The gag order still allows Trump to criticize the judge and district attorney. The trial begins in 3 weeks, but another deadline looms closer. Trump has 8 days to post a $175 million bond in his civil fraud case. A big day on Wall Street yesterday could help him with his financial challenges. Shares in Trump's media company rose 16% on their first day of trading. His stake in the company is now worth more than $4.5 billion.
This company is now valued at about 1,000 times its annual revenue. It really doesn't make any business sense from where we stand today.
Trump likely won't be able to cash out, though, till later this year. To raise money even faster, he's now selling Bibles.
All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. We must make America pray again.
The so-called God Bless the USA Bible sells for $59.99. The Bible is part of a licensing deal. That means Trump will only pocket some of the proceeds. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
The University of Houston-Victoria faces challenges within their budget as enrollment declines at the university. The university plans to reduce operating costs by almost $4 million in less than 6 months. UHV says the budget cuts could rise up to $7 million by the 2024-2025 school year. One major decision included in a reduction with several faculty members losing their jobs just yesterday. The university's president, Dr. Bob Glenn, says Victoria ISD and Victoria College stepped in to help the faculty affected.
Kent from Victoria College and Dr. Quentin Shepard from Victoria Independent School District have both sent letters to each of the affected employees that list all of their job vacancies at their institutions. So we can't diminish the impact, but we can do everything we can think of to help them move along.
Also included in the reduction, temporary pay cuts, including UHG's president and vice president, job offer freezes, and more. President Bob Glenn says the goal is to increase student enrollment and retention in the future. Now they have more plans on the way, but these layoffs were the first step. Woodrow Wilson Wagner II wants to represent District 3 in the city of Victoria. He discussed his track record of advocacy and desire to give back to his hometown. He says he has a deep connection with the community, and Wagner says his primary focus, if elected, is to give first responders more competitive pay to prevent them from leaving town.
Our academies, they are trained and educated, then they go somewhere else. It'd be nice to have those people say, you know what, Victoria's gonna be my home. My wife and my family, we're gonna live here.
Wagner says his experience in government will help him find solutions for the city. He'll take on April Butler for the District 3 seat in the May 4th election. And there's still a chance to play for the Powerball jackpot, as Monday's drawing saw no ticket match the winning numbers. The jackpot has now risen to an estimated $865 million. Since the last winner on January 1st, there have been 36 straight drawings without a big winner. The next Powerball drawing is later today. Remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now just about 6:39 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Easter less than a week away, and consumer spending expected to top $22 billion.
I'm ABC's Perry Russum in Baltimore. As rescue crews suspend the search for the 6 missing people, investigators are trying to figure out how a cargo ship could have lost power. That story coming up.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your school bus forecast, followed by your weather and health forecast, and later on Sunrise, we'll take another look at that nice weather that's coming our way this week. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If y'all tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live at Cuero. The clouds are starting to pick up, and so is the chilliness out there right now, about 49 degrees up there in Cuero. Definitely want to put on a jacket if you're heading out there, or at least I would. I think this is pretty chilly. But right now, dew point 5 degrees off your temperature, got an 82% humidity, so it's just a tad bit humid out there. Not too humid and not too dry, so not too bad in terms of humidity, but I think a little bit bad in terms of temperature. So might want to bundle up if you're seeing your kids out the door. Just bundle them up as well, because it's going to be right around an average 48 degrees out there. Mostly cloudy, but the good news is the clouds will finally recede away later this afternoon, right around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. as the rain actually goes away, getting up to about 71 this afternoon. So a little bit cool today, but not too bad, actually. But like I said, maybe a couple showers out there. But in terms of pollen today, tree pollen's going to be moderate, grass pollen's high, so maybe a good idea to take the allergy pill. But UV index is going to be high late when that sun comes out. And we've got lots more beautiful weather coming our way, but we'll take a look at all that more in just a few moments. That's it for weather. We're going to look at sports with Zach Brown.
Playoff Tuesday for soccer. We saw the El Campos boys and West boys season end. Now in Corpus, the West girls taking on Palmview, tied at 1. Only 3 minutes remaining. They get a penalty kick, and Abby Adcock drills it to put the ladies up 2-1. They stiffen up on defense. Mia Fonseca and Sienna sitting down Rodriguez, allowing just the 1 goal. Mia Ramirez scored the other goal for the ladies, who survive and advance to the area round of the postseason. Their next opponent to be determined. Now we had some baseball in the city as well. The Warriors throwing freshman Aiden De Leon back on the mound, and the Warriors were tied at 2. Dominic Martinez at the plate in the bottom of the 6th. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, ball 4 brings in the go-ahead run. That is Bo Woods. Now bases still loaded. Next batter, Jason Bernal, who drops down a perfect bunt to score Ethan Guerra, and they add some insurance to make it 4-2. Now in the top of the 7th, they send the freshman Aiden De Leon back to finish what he started. Grounder to Bo Woods, unassisted to second on the first for the double play. And a few pitches later, De Leon gets the ground ball. Throw on the first. The Warriors win again. They are 3-3 in district play, defeating Gregory Portland 4-2. De Leon, another great outing. With your 25 sports now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. This morning, the Coast Guard suspending its search for those missing in the bridge collapse in Baltimore. It's been more than 24 hours since a cargo ship crashed into Francis Scott Key Bridge, causing it to partially collapse. 6 people are presumed dead.
This morning, the Coast Guard suspending its search for the missing in Baltimore's Patapsco River.
We do not believe that we're going to find any of these individuals still alive.
Rescue crews have been looking for 6 people in the mangled metal of Key Bridge, brought down by a cargo ship early Tuesday morning.
A Bronner Builders work crew was doing bridge maintenance work on the surface of that bridge at that time. 6 of our workers lost their lives, and 1 was seriously injured.
Moments before the collision, it appears black smoke was rising from the ship as the lights on board went out.
Hold all traffic on the Key Bridge. There's a ship approaching. It just lost their steering.
Maryland Governor Wes Moore says the crew on board notified authorities they lost power.
I'm thankful for the folks who once the warning came up and once notification came up that there was a mayday, who literally by being able to stop cars from coming over the bridge, these people are heroes.
The NTSB says the ship called Dolly is nearly 1,000 feet long, weighing 95,000 tons.
I do not know of a bridge that has been constructed to withstand a direct impact from a vessel of this size.
ABC News obtaining records showing Dolly was inspected in June. Issues were found with propulsion and auxiliary machinery concerning gauges and thermometers. President Biden says he will move heaven and hell to rebuild the bridge and reopen the Port of Baltimore, a major transportation corridor.
It's my intention that the federal government will pay for the entire cost of reconstructing that bridge, and I expect the Congress to support my effort.
Investigators say they are planning on going on the ship at some point to investigate what happened. That could happen today. We are still waiting to learn the names and the stories of those who were killed. Perry Russum, ABC News, Baltimore.
The time is now 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come, authorities have found the body of a child in New York. Okay, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to American actress Brenda Song. The former Disney Channel star turns 36 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brenda. And happy birthday to singer-songwriter Fergie. The former Black Eyed Peas member turns 48. Happy birthday, Fergie.
And happy 53rd birthday to Canadian American actor, Nathan Fillion. He turns 53.
Happy birthday, Mr. Nathan. And Mariah Carey probably feeling emotions today. It's her birthday. The 5-time Grammy winner is 55. Happy birthday, Mariah.
Happy birthday, Mariah.
Happy birthday. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com, click on More, and under Home, you'll see KVU to submit your birthday.
All right, the time is now 6:47 on our Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today, and a happy birthday to Russell. I remember celebrating your 37th birthday, so 10 years later, it's a joy to celebrate your 47th.
Happy 47th, Russell. Well, happy birthday, everyone. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I hope y'all been loving all that nice weather we've had all last week, because we've got lots more still to come this week. But that actually leads us to today's weather poll. Today's weather poll asks, what do you like to do outside when nice weather is out and about? Let's take a look at what y'all saying. Looks like none of y'all are saying you like to bike or walk or run or read outside, but it looks like about 50 of y'all, 20% say you like to play some sports. That could be playing with the ball or even throw a frisbee. About 20% of y'all, about a fifth of y'all say you like to walk your dog. I'm right there with y'all. I like to walk I have a little puppy golden retriever. She's as cute as ever. And I have another 3/5 of y'all that say outdoor chores. Maybe y'all like to clean some stuff up outside. But to vote on today's weather poll and future weather polls, go to crossroadstoday.com/vote-weather to participate and see what everybody else says as well. Now, yesterday we got up to 72 degrees and we started out about 52 in the morning. A little bit chilly and a little bit cooler of a day, but right about the same thing coming our way today. Temperatures right now right about 50 here in Victoria, and the rest of us in the upper 40s. And along the coast, y'all are in the mid 50s because y'all are right next to that water. So it's pretty normal because y'all are keeping pretty consistent. But today, right about the same high temperature that we had yesterday, right around 71 for this afternoon. So 1 degree off, but the rest of Texas is a little bit cool today in the 70s, 60s, and even the 50s for high temperatures up in the Panhandle. A little bit chilly up there in the north. But coming our way today, it is going to be a little bit cool, still in the low 70s. That's because we got a north wind still in our area today, but southerly winds return tomorrow, and we're getting up to the 80s for your Easter weekend. We'll take a look at all of that and more in just a few moments. Back to you, Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. And speaking of Easter, it's less than a week away, and consumer spending is expected to top $22 billion. The National Retail Federation says a total of $22.4 billion is expected to be spent this year. People are celebrating, and they're predicting a $117 average for each person to spend, with food expected to be the highest spending category, followed by clothing, then gifts. Meanwhile, the price of cocoa surged to an all-time high on Tuesday. That means you could be paying more for chocolate in stores. This year, the NRF predicts spending on Easter candy will drop to $3.1 billion. That's down from $3.3 billion in 2023. And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, what did you spend the most money on for Easter? Okay, let's take a look. Food. Food remains in the lead. 82% of you. I know many of you had food-related things that you sacrificed for Lent, so you're probably excited to indulge on Sunday. And 7% of you say candy, and 11% of you don't observe Easter, and that's all right. You're going to enjoy that long holiday weekend. And none of you say clothing, but there's still time to plan that outfit. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. A new study shows people who exercise regularly sleep better. Researchers at Reykjavik University in Iceland conducted the study. They followed more than 4,300 people over a 10-year period. The study found people who exercise on a regular basis were 55% more likely to be normal sleepers, meaning they slept on average between 6 and 9 hours a night. Previous studies have shown similar results, and some U.S. researchers say this new study may provide doctors with a new tool to prescribe alongside medication and therapy to help patients who suffer from insomnia. The study was published Tuesday in the journal BMJ Open. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. Life is about to change for one lucky person who bought a Mega Millions ticket in New Jersey. Authorities have found the body of a missing 5-year-old girl in New York on Tuesday. Following a 2-day search, authorities found Nefertiti Harris's body in a baseball field. Police searched day and night for the child's body after police accused the mother of hiding the body. 29-year-old Latasha Mott eventually admitted her daughter died after she beat her with a belt. And she says she buried the body in an old baseball field behind a senior apartment building. Police found the child's body with identifiable clothing and bedding. Mott faces charges of manslaughter and disposal of a corpse. A 33-year-old is facing charges in a crash that led to a dramatic rescue of a semi-truck driver. The crash happened March 1st in Louisville, Kentucky. Witnesses say they saw Trevor Branham speeding on the bridge and weaving through traffic before he hit a car that was stalled in the right lane. Branham then lost control of his pickup truck and crossed into oncoming traffic before crashing into the semi. The semi-truck driver had to be rescued as his vehicle dangled from the Clark Memorial Bridge. 2 other people were also hurt. Branham is charged with 4 counts of wanton endangerment and operating on a suspended license. Life is about to change for one lucky person who bought a Mega Millions ticket in New Jersey. The lottery says one ticket has won an estimated $1.13 billion jackpot, marking the 5th largest grand prize in the game's history. Details of the location of where the winner purchased the ticket weren't immediately available. The lottery says the ticket holder could opt for the full jackpot and annual payments or take an estimated $537.5 million lump sum payment. This is the first Mega Millions jackpot won this year. Next Friday, Midcoast Family Services is holding a self-defense class from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Dr. Penny Dodson Public Health Center. It's free and open to the public with no registration required, but space is limited. So you don't want to miss out on the opportunity. The class is going to be taught by a 7th degree black belt. A quick reminder, TxDOT recommends the permanent closure of the DuPont Bridge at the Victoria Barge Canal. The closure starts this Friday, March 29th. Access to property across the canal will require using the alternate route on Levee Road. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today. Plus, you can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. And we have time for a final check of our cloudy forecast, cloudy and cool forecast. Parker, these cooler temps seem to linger around a little bit longer in the mornings.
Yes, that's because we had that cool front that arrived yesterday morning. It's good morning, folks. If you're all tuning in this morning, you're looking live in Port Lavaca. We're looking at the sun is starting to come up. You can see a little thin layer of the sun right underneath that cloud deck that is hovering over us this morning. Right now, all of us in the upper 40s and the low mid 50s out there, 55 degrees in Port Lavaca. But we do have a little bit of light drizzle starting to form out there coming into Cuero probably the next 10 or 15 minutes or so. But other than that, pretty quiet on the radar this morning. But coming our way this afternoon, it may not be too quiet because we might see a couple of showers out there. Looking at your future clouds and radar here, future tracker here, that is, by right around 1-2 p.m., there could be a couple of light showers possibly developing in our area. But the sun is going to come out later this afternoon, bringing us some nice temperatures. All of us right now in right around 50 degrees this morning. But coming our way, it's going to be nice today, right around the low 70s. And southerly winds returning tomorrow. We're going to be back in the 80s by your Easter weekend.
All right, I like it. Nice and cool, Parker.
Yeah, not too bad, actually. It's nice weather.
All right, well, thank you, Parker, and thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember, the countdown to Easter is underway. And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join Karina, Dawn, Mac, and Zach today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.